Hi friends and family. I am doing a catch-up session, journal with me, and I'm actually going to do this in real time, believe it or not. I never do this real time, but I have got a lot of things going on. I've got Happy Mail. Wow, and of course the fighter jets all of a sudden decide to come by. I've got some Happy Mail. I've got Halloween things going on. I've got pictures, all kinds of stuff happening. So we're gonna start with photos first because this helps me to organize my thoughts. In case you have not seen the mini box opening. So here's a cute little, well, that is so cute. I might have to stick that in here. Baking is my love language. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. Okay, and of course they always have the most adorable paper that I never want to mess up because it's so cute. I might use this. And I may actually try to use this in a spread here. Okay, so we've got a time machine pack of little papers, great for collaging. So cute. I never regret when I get these. This looks like a washi tape. I never regret buying. I was subscribed to this a while back when I lived in Hawaii. That's cute. Little gingham. And I'll keep these. These are always really great to make pockets. And I actually put an end to my subscription, or I never renewed it because we were moving. And ooh, that's really cute. Let's see if we can use that. We were moving, and so I just couldn't collect any more stuff to bring with me because, of course, you know, packing up a craft room and trying to move it across an ocean is, it's not the best. It's not the most fun thing in the world. But now that we're on dry land, and if we ever move again, hopefully it won't be quite as rough. This is another wood stamp here, like a little platter. That's adorable. Okay. And then, what are these? These are going to be probably some little stamp or stickers, small stickers to use for decorating. So most, looks like baked goods, croissants and donuts and breads. That's interesting. I'm not sure how I'll use these, but ooh, I do know how we can use those. And then these are, I love this box already, so I think I will probably make something out of this, a journaling card or whatever. This looks like it's a bunch of ephemera. So we've got some vellum pieces here. Really, oh, am I looking at them backwards? Okay, these are so cute. Holy moly. So we've got vellum and regular paper for some faux vintage ephemera. Very cute. And these are more stickers. Oh my gosh, I love this. Love it, love it. I mean, I would say that this is probably one of my favorite subscriptions, or even just, you know, Etsy shops, however you want to look at it, just because it lines up so well with my kind of eclectic style. I mean, I could stick this cupcake on a spread and it would be in the most random spot, but you know, it would look good because that's just kind of how I journal. I don't have, whoa, came out the bottom. I don't have like a very specific themed kind of journal. I never have. I don't like that. I'm kind of, I love eclectic. I do. All right, this is another packet of ephemera. Very cute, smaller pieces here that you can do some collaging, or you can just add some bits and pieces to your different pages. Here's a little ticket. So these are stickers. And then these are just papers. Very cute. You know what I tend to do is I tend to put these things away and then pretty much never use them again. So I'm going to keep them out. Ooh, rub-on transfers. I've been seeing everybody use these, and I've been wanting to use these. Let's see. Aw, very Very cute. This is perfect because my mother-in-law was in town and we actually did a lot of baking. We went to the pumpkin patch and we ended up, you know, getting a pumpkin, and my daughter, what is this? Oh, this is a napkin. My daughter actually did like a farm to table pumpkin pie, pumpkin custard pie. It was so delicious. Probably my favorite pumpkin pie I've ever had. Okay, so we've got some stamps here. These are clear stamps, really cute. More baking. So this is a very specific to baking, which I don't know. I'm gonna have to really think clearly. These are some papers, so I'm just trying to show you the different papers that are in here. Okay, all right, I like it. I like it. So let's move on. Let's get journaling now. So let me put these aside and I'll try to find some spots to do some things. Okay. I think I'm going to attempt to somewhat complete this journal so that I can feel good about moving on and creating a new one. Let's see. Do I have anything that I can attach to this? I don't really want to. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I am going to staple these photos here, and I'm going to leave it open so that I can actually come back and add more. And the reason why is I'm basically placing dream images on here. So it's going to be kind of like a vision board of visions that I've been getting of like dream homes. There have been, it's interesting because I had this vision of, I wonder if I printed it out, of trees and a water source and kind of like a sunset image. And that prompted me to start praying about vision and praying about our future. And so my husband and I have actually been talking about the potential of moving, God willing, if that is his plan. And I'm just praying that, you know, the Lord will take away any desires that are not of him, because it's so easy for us to get caught up in, you know, something that we dream about or see or think or feel, and then we think that that is his plan. And so we need to always be fervent in prayer about what his plans are for our lives, you know, because the enemy could so easily deceive us in what and to go, you know, directly against what God has planned for you. So that is what I've been praying for, and it has been quite a bit of a distraction because I have been on Zillow every day just looking at homes in this place. I'm not going to say it yet where we are looking, but we are pretty focused on a very specific place. And it was funny because I was on Zillow looking for that spot, and I actually found it one day, and it was in a very different place from where I thought it was going to be. So that was really interesting. Okay, I'm going to see if I can put something here. I want to complete my pages. I don't see anything that I want to. I might actually put rels. Okay, so my daughter had another successful meet for gymnastics. She was all around third place, but she got second and third in all of her other categories. So I think I might stick these in here. I'm going to try to space them out a little bit so they don't create so much bulk. Okay, and I might put this, I wonder if I can, that's a really cute photo. I might cut this because I don't need all of that. Okay, let's see if I can back this with something. Do I have anything nearby? This is a cute little scrap. And again, I don't like to think too hard when it comes to doing my journaling. I like to keep it fairly, you know, open and easy so that I am not trying to stress out about it. Let me move this for a second so that I don't end up stapling. And I'm just being very loose about this. Here we go. Hang on a second. Here we go. I'm gonna do one more little ripple there and let this kind of fall down. Okay, I ain't mad about it. If we could do a peekaboo door, that's kind of cute. Like this, or, ooh, this one's cute too. So I will link below. I've used these doors before several times in some of my videos, but if you are new here, first of all, welcome. But I will link the Etsy shop below where I got these digital printables. They're a lot of fun. It just makes for, you know, a really fun interactive piece to have doors or anything that flips out or flips open. And so these are a really, you know, easy, foolproof piece of ephemera where you don't have to think too hard about what you're going to do. So what I usually do is grab my small cutting board. This little doodad here is actually really awesome. You could use, of course, your straight edge, but this one actually allows you to curve around. Ooh, do I want to keep it? No, it's fine. So you can, instead of having to cut in straight lines, this one will actually allow you to cut, you know, side to side as well, and to kind of curve, because it has that little swivel. And then if it's not perfect, I'm not really worried about it. Whoa. See, like right there. It's okay. Okay. Ooh, let's see here. I need this to fold. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is fold this way first. I think that'd be easier because you can actually see where it needs to fold. Like that. Okay. And then that way, just makes it a little bit easier for it to fold out this way. There we go. That's cute. I'll grab my glue. So this is just PVA glue. I bought these little bottles off of Amazon. And it kind of just makes life easy for gluing. You can get in those little spots right along the edges without having big globs. Ooh. And I'll try to link that down below. You know, I have an Amazon favorite store, and you know, the kind that you're supposed to get paid from, but I swear I have never received a payment from them, which is so interesting. So maybe I never completed my setup. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna pop this down. I'm not gonna try to be too perfect here. I just wanna get it on paper. Get it on there. Ooh, well now look at this. It might be too, Okay, I might have to do some journaling in there. Let's see if there's anything else. This is real cute. Oh, that's cute. I think I'll do this. Okay, so this was, yeah, this actually works out better. So we had a really bushy season of pampas. I'm not sure how you say it. Those, you see these little, I'll show you the picture. Those little pampas grass, I don't know. Anyway, we have 3 bushes of those things in our backyard. And we said since we moved in a year ago that we were going to create, you know, little home decor type vases, and we never did it. And so I was really excited because my daughter one day she was like, "Mommy, I'm gonna go cut some," and she did, and she created this little what do you call that? She created this little arrangement. So she ended up cutting some of the branches off, and then she went and grabbed some hairspray and she sprayed it down and stiffened them up and made it to where they wouldn't, you know, blow all over our house. And it's so cute. She actually ended up getting more. So we actually have an arrangement of, I believe, like 5 in that vase now. Or vase. Is it vase or vase? What do you guys say? I don't know. Okay. That's cute. I like this. Peekaboo. All right, I'm gonna write something in there. I think I'll move on from there. Good enough, good enough. Okay, that's pretty much... This page, what can we do on this page here? I think what I might do is this. Okay. I am going to pop this here. I'm actually just going to staple the back side. Oh no! Stapled this page on. I knew I felt something thick on there. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm such a dork. Ah! Jeez Louise. Okay. Anyway. Okay, this is a Halloween theme. Let's go. Let's go. So my daughter brought this home from school, and it was so cute because at first I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, just another thing. But she was telling me, these are for if you're a girl, or was it a girl? These are for if you're a girl. These are for if you're this. This is how many people are in your family. This is for something else. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have her explain it to me again so I can actually journal on what each of these little pieces mean. But I thought it was so cute. All right, I might just throw some of these photos in here, or, oh no, this is kind of cool. I like that. My son and his friends actually went out for a haunted house, went out and did a haunted house. And my son is like such a little scaredy cat. He's so sensitive, and especially kind of to the spiritual realm of things. But he was, I feel like this kind of healed him in a weird way. Because he wasn't scared, and they went out and watched, oh, that's crooked. They went out and watched a scary movie afterwards, and so he told me he was okay. And he actually hasn't been freaked out since, so I think we're all right. Okay, let's see. We got these little, I want to try to find, hang on. Okay, here it is. So we actually had a little fall festival here in our neighborhood, and it was so cute because they had, you know, little fun games and all kinds of stuff for the kids. And it was just a ton of fun. So I think I'm going to cut this out. Maybe. I don't know. Can I stick this somewhere? It's not going to be too big. Maybe I'll put it on here. Okay. They had food trucks. You know, this was all stuff that we never experienced living in our previous community. And, you know, nothing against the community. It was just, this is how this community celebrates. And so it was a lot of fun. They had face painters and balloon makers and all kinds of games and stuff for the kids. And then it was just a really nice time for, you know, the different families in our community to get together and kind of meet each other if we haven't yet. Of course, Vegas is a very transient town. So, of course, we, you know, see people come and go all the time. And this is pretty much where I completely lost steam. And so decided to speed up all of the fussy cutting, and now just using a glue stick to paste this down onto this page. It doesn't totally match, but I'm basically trying to find all of the blank pages that I have left so that I can move on to something else. And honestly, I have a bunch of ideas on what I want to do with my next journal, and I keep going back and forth with what kind of style that I like, whether I want to just make a journal where I have a bunch of blank pages and I can be a little bit more creative, or do I want to go ahead and do the full-on journal that has all the pockets and everything? I'm not quite sure. These tickets were part of the fall festival. It was really cute because they had all the games set up, and basically all the kids were able to use our tickets to play the games and get prizes. And they even had an ice cream truck where we were able to use one of the tickets to get an ice cream. And so I don't know, I was thanking God for living in a community where they do this kind of stuff. And obviously they haven't done it for the past couple of years because of COVID. And so this was really a treat, I think, especially for the ones who have lived here, throughout COVID. So I just have pictures here of my daughter playing some of the games and just finding a spot to put those down and trying to create a space where I can do some journaling as well. And this is a photo of her also getting her face painted by one of the face painters that were there. And now just popping a little bit of journaling to remember the day. And now I'm using this Your Creative Studio business card that comes in all of the packages. And this one was really cute because it's a little picture of somebody baking a pie. And so this was perfect for me to write about the pumpkin that my daughter picked at the pumpkin patch and created that farm to table pumpkin pie that was so good. So here we are at Gilcrease Orchard. We went here, I think it was last year as well. And I actually did a journal entry on it in another junk journal. But this was a little bit of a different experience because it was colder and our grandparents or my children's grandparents were with us. And so, we didn't actually pick a pumpkin last year, so that was quite an experience for us. So I'm using one of the Your Creative Studio papers to back my photos on so that it has a little bit more contrast and stands out from the floral paper. And these photos are mostly of my daughter. I know it probably seems like I favor one kid over the other, but it really isn't the case. It's just that my son refuses to take photos. So, if you look at that one there, he's making a crazy face. I can't get him to smile in any photos. I'm lucky if I can even get the picture snapped in time before he runs away. And here I'm using a Your Creative Studio ticket to write down some of the things that we bought that day, which was kettle corn and candy apples and, other apples. It just was a really sweet experience. And it's kind of funny because those kinds of places are actually really expensive. I mean, I think our pumpkin was, 11 pounds and it was 75 cents a pound. We probably could have bought one at the grocery store for a lot cheaper, but that's okay because really it was all about the experience. And here's some not iron-ons, what do you call these? Rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree of these really cute pumpkins. And I decided to just place one here on this label from Your Creative Studio. And once again, filling in the last blank spot, filling in some details and notes about that particular day on the farm or the orchard. And then I ended up finding one last little photo that was straggling there on my desk. And so I just pasted it onto that card. And this was really cool. We actually got to see SpaceX launch here in Vegas. We saw it. It launched out of California. So I found this vintage book that I had about the stars and decided to use one of the pages as a journaling card. And I'm just writing about how when we went out to dinner, I saw the contrail in the sky. It was like really bright, really luminescent, even though it was dark outside. And I was thinking, what kind of plane leaves that kind of contrail? Well, the very next day I found out that SpaceX actually launched, and I said that was exactly what we saw. So I'm glad I got a photo of it. And here I'm just using some old ephemera that I had in my stash. And I'm just creating a corner pocket. That was kind of unintentional. I actually didn't mean to do that. I was going to actually paste down the journaling card or tape it down, but it worked out where I was able to just pop it right into that corner and it stayed. And if you saw my last journal with me, you saw that I cut out my target practice sheet from when I was practicing to get my CCW. And this was the actual target sheet where I qualified to get my CCW license, or my permit. And so I wanted to keep that because I thought I did pretty good. I had to kind of get, within the 7, and that was several lines outside of the red zone. But you can see here that I got quite a few shots right in the center. So I thought I did pretty good. This is actually only like my 4th time shooting. So I don't know, I felt good about it. And I definitely feel a lot more comfortable now that I went through the class. So if that is something that you are considering, I highly recommend going through the class in order to know the laws, that surround it. Okay, so my daughter had another gymnastics meet. This one was called the Trick or Treat Invitational, and her team actually scored 2nd place. So that's the photo that I'm placing here. My daughter did really well once again in her gymnastics meet, and so I am placing down this label and writing the different places that she got. So she scored 2nd place in 2 divisions and 3rd place in 2 others. And then she got 3rd place overall. So another successful gymnastics meet. And here's the October kit from Little Bindi or Johanna. And it's really cute. I wasn't going to get it at first just because I didn't think that I was going to be documenting a whole lot about Halloween, but ended up that I did take quite a few photos just because that particular day I actually volunteered in my daughter's classroom for her Halloween party, and then of course my whole family was out trick-or-treating. So I decided last minute to go ahead and buy the October kit so that I could have some background pieces and some extra elements to be able to journal about our Halloween day and evening. And I saw her journal with this piece here, and I'm hoping that I'm folding it right. I know that it was kind of like a fold out about trick-or-treating, and so I kind of just went with it and tried to make it as best to my memory that I could get it. And I decided to put the photo of me and my family right in the middle of it, and I didn't want to cover up the kids, so I decided to tape it in so that it would be more of a flip up and you could actually still see the cute illustration that Johanna drew, because it is actually really adorable. I'm just using a bone folder here to make sure that it is flush as possible, and then labeling it Happy Halloween with my gold metallic marker. And then I'm cutting out one of Little Bindi's doilies from her October kit, which is super cute. I'll probably print out a couple of these just to have them on hand to back this photo of me and my daughter whenever I went to her school to help with the Halloween party. And I always find it interesting because I get super stressed out when I have to go do that, be a room mom. And every time I walk out of there thinking, I don't know why I was so stressed out about it. It's always so much fun. And here's another image that Johanna drew for her October kit. And I thought it was adorable because it reminded me of Halloween. We took our dog with us whenever we went trick-or-treating, and just really cute. She has the most adorable illustrations. And then taking the October label and just placing it on here on this page, and another one of her labels, doilies, to complete the rest of the Halloween spread and do some journaling on it. This here is a piece of my daughter's Chick-fil-A children's meal bag, and I just wanted to keep it because I like to keep things from their childhood. I feel like it goes by so fast, and so every little picture or piece of what will be ephemera, I really like to hold on to that. And this is a frame that was in the October kit from Little Bindi, and here I'm just using my cutter. And I love this thing. I talked about it earlier, but you can cut in circles, or you can, rotate your blade and it swivels. And so it just makes cutting circles a lot easier. So I decided to use this for my daughter's jack-o'-lantern that she carved out herself. I was talking about it, how I looked up and I saw her just stabbing it with a knife, and she was on top of the counter cutting it herself, just could not wait for anybody. So definitely wanted to make note of that because Had she not done that, we probably would have never had a pumpkin for Halloween. So just journaling on the back of that frame and figuring out where I can place it, I decided to actually tape it in on this envelope with my Your Creative Studio washi tape. This washi tape is really, really cute. Actually, I think I'm using a piece of Scotch tape here to attach it, but I had the washi tape on the frame where there were some white sticking out because I accidentally taped in the photo crooked. So I had to adjust the opening so that it would actually center up with the photo. And then I had some white sticking out. So I just used some washi tape to kind of take that away. And currently I'm reading the book Educated, such a good book. I'm usually not a memoir type of reader. I actually like fiction, but this one reads like a novel. It reads like a fiction book. So really, really good book. And I feel like it parallels to so many things happening in my life right now. And I just thought it was really interesting. So I am journaling about that using a piece of Little Bindy's journaling kit. She had some vintage papers that were collaged. And so I just placed the photo on a section of the collage and journaled on the rest of it, cut it out. And I'm just placing it here on this page that was pretty blank. And then we went to a Korean barbecue restaurant. It's all you can eat Korean. And of course I took the chopsticks wrapper, just did some journaling on that and stapling it onto this piece of vellum here. In most of my journals, I usually end up with a bunch of pages that are left blank because I do tend to get bored of a journal. This one I haven't gotten bored of, but I am anxious to get to the end just because I love new. I just love having a new journal. I love starting fresh. And, just being able to look through some of my stash and find papers. And so this is where I am trying to just find the last few pages here and fill them up. So I had a couple of pieces that were in my stash of some packaging from a friend. This was, I believe, an oil. Yeah, it was a prayer oil. And those were the cards that came in the prayer oil. So then I'm finding some prayer cards that I found at the dollar store to kind of go with it. And this one is awesome because it says, set your mind on things above and not on earth, not on things of the earth. And I just feel like that is so, so relevant for today. And then just journaling about that. And that pretty much wraps up this journaling session. So if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Would love if you subscribe. And I'll see you again on my next video. Aloha.